Welcome back to another amazing video from Ape Recaps. Today we will recap an American science fiction dark comedy film called The Nutty Professor, released in the year 1996. The story is about Sherman, a brilliant scientist. He is morbidly obese and he works on a serum to lose weight. He manages to create a serum. He meets Clara, a chemistry graduate, and falls in love with her. He uses his serum to try to impress her, but there is an outcome he didn't account for and the use of serum starts to cause issues for him. See how he deals with the issues and wins the girl. But before we begin, beware of the spoilers. Watch out and take care. And I hope you enjoy the video. The story's main character, Sherman Klump, is a morbidly obese man. He works as a professor at Wellman College. He is a brilliant professor, and a very kind-hearted man. But due to being overweight, he was very clumsy. One day while returning home, he clumsily runs into a switch that leads to the cages holding hamsters opening, which frees all the hamsters in the college. This led to 5,000 hamsters overrunning Wellman College and causing general chaos. They are so in sheer number that they start getting into people's pants and their food. Sherman is working on a formula that will reconstruct someone's DNA to help lose weight. The procedure is being tested on their fattest hamster, Shelley. Sherman's assistant, Jason, tells him that the procedure is working nicely and Shelley has lost 3 ounces. Jason suggests that they should increase the dosage that Shelley is fed, but Sherman thinks it can be dangerous and argues not to do so. After that, Dean Richmond calls Sherman into his office, where Sherman has a hard time fitting into the chair. Dean Richmond discusses the incident with hamsters has cost the science department most of its funding. He warns him to be careful and that he will not tolerate such mistakes anymore. Harlan Hartley is the school's last remaining wealthy alumnus and is planning to award a $10 million grant to the college and he doesn't want to lose that because of Sherman. Later, Sherman was in the class and writing something on the board but his belly was rubbing the board, erasing what was already written on the board, and the students were laughing at him. Then another teacher came into the class. Her name is Miss Carla Purdy, a chemistry graduate, who is a big fan of Sherman's work. She complimented his work and said that she always wanted to meet him. Sherman instantly falls in love with her. Later at night, Sherman has dinner with his family. Other members of his family are obese and ill-mannered. His father, Cletus, even says he is proud of being morbidly obese. After noticing Sherman taking very small amounts of food, trying to avoid the calories, he scoffs at him, saying Sherman can do whatever he can, he'll never get rid of his weight. Cletus has a habit of randomly passing gas and he starts doing it. Ernie Sr. and Jr. laugh at this, but Sherman is disgusted. After eating dinner outside, his mother, Anna, tells him that he is beautiful inside and out, saying that he can do anything if he just believes in himself. Sherman is motivated by his mother's words and goes to ask Carla out on a date, and she accepts and they decide to meet on Friday. While at home, he watches a show in which Lance Perkins is hosting an exercise program on TV for overweight people and gives one of his speeches about motivation. Sherman falls asleep and has a dream where he is making out with Carla on a beach, which leads to her getting buried in the sand by his weight. Sherman wakes up to Perkins telling them to tell them yes I can. Sherman also does that and says he can lose weight. Sherman tries various methods to get fit before the date, and even joins the gym. The day of the date comes when Sherman is still overweight. He and Carla go to a cafe. The date starts normally until a stand-up comedian, Reggie Warrington, takes over as the entertainer. Reggie is an insult comic and makes fun of people for their odd appearances. Sherman realizes he will be targeted next, and tries to leave. However, it catches Reggie's attention, who mercilessly starts making cruel jokes about his obesity, ruining his night. Back at Carla's home, she insults Reggie for what he did to him and tells Sherman that he is amazing. Sherman tells her to have a pleasant evening and shakes her hand, but he is disheartened. Later that night, at home, Sherman eats a lot of junk food while watching Perkins console a fat woman. Sherman dozes off in front of the TV set and has another nightmare, in which he has a heart attack due to obesity and he is on a stretcher in a hospital and he starts to inflate and become a giant. Reggie is insulting him. He lays waste to the city with a single fart, causing the town to explode. When he wakes up, he realizes that he has worked hard, done exercise, and tried many things but couldn't lose weight, and finally yields to the temptation to try his formula on himself. Right then at night, he goes to his lab and prepares the serum with his formula, and drinks it. At first, his heart rate increases and it seems that his serum failed, but as he leaves the lab, a success message appears on the screen. The next morning when he wakes up, he is surprised to see himself in the mirror. He had lost 300 pounds and became slim and fit. He is excited, hyped, and goes out, overjoyed with his new transformation. He goes to a mall and buys slim clothes, especially spandex, performs exercise classes perfectly, and just randomly shouts out the fact that he's thin. The following day, Carla comes to the lab looking for Sherman. Sherman, in his new slim form, is there and she doesn't recognize him. He starts to flirt with Carla. Sherman didn't want to tell her the truth and have her see him as old Sherman, so he invents a fake identity named Buddy Love, and tells her that he is a lab assistant. He invented the name based on a security guard saying, "Hey, Buddy, what the hell happened here?" Although Love is his own contribution, he invites Carla back to the Scream, the cafe where they went on a date before. While talking to her, the serum then begins to wear off, his one hand starts bulking up and his voice returns to normal, and he quickly ushers Carla out so she doesn't find out about that. Carla later runs into Sherman back in his real form and tells him about Buddy. Sherman praises Buddy and encourages her to go out with him. In the Scream, Buddy turns up in a brand new Dodge Viper. He was comfortably sitting in the car which he once didn't even fit in. Buddy has turned up very late and Carla is very angry and is about to leave. The hyperactive Buddy obnoxiously begs her to go back inside with him, which she gives up and they go inside. Reggie appears, and Buddy starts his revenge against Reggie by mercilessly heckling him about his appearance. Reggie starts firing off "Yo Mama" jokes to stop him, but Buddy once again takes the stage from Reggie. Reggie tries challenging Buddy to a karate match, but he is once again overpowered. Buddy plays a song on the piano for Carla. He announces Reggie has left the building. "Thank you and good night," before throwing him at the piano. Carla is delighted with him and he comes back to her. He gives a waiter a credit card to pay for the meal. Buddy and Carla then share a kiss. The serum begins to wear off and bulking up begins in his lower lip, and his midsection begins to swell up. He attributes it to an allergic reaction to Carla's lipstick and makes a quick exit. Jason is also present at the bar and notes Sherman's card in the waiter's hand and learns he took it from Buddy. He thinks Buddy stole Sherman's card and follows him outside and gets into his car, only to find him mid-transformation. Jason learns Sherman's secret and helps him get out of the car by getting it cut off because, after transforming back, he is unable to use the door. The next morning, Sherman is very late for a class and hurries there to see his students have all left. Dean is there and he confronts Sherman about the sports car, which Buddy bought on Sherman's faculty account. The dean lets him go this time and threatens him that it will not be good if he screws up again. Dean asks Sherman to meet Hartley at a hotel restaurant called the Ritz to describe the weight loss serum to get funding from him. Jason tells Sherman that he can't control Buddy, he is now becoming an independent personality instead of a thin Sherman, and acts the exact opposite of Sherman. He warns him not to use the serum again. Later, Sherman meets Carla, who talks to Sherman about her date with Buddy. Sherman asks Carla to have dinner with his family and she agrees. She goes to dinner but feels very uncomfortable because of various suggestive comments about their relationship. His grandmother especially pushes the question of whether or not they're having a relationship, and Cletus farts again. While walking Clara home, he apologizes to her. Sherman realizes that he can have a good relationship with Clara as Buddy, and he uses the serum again. Jason tries to stop Buddy, but Buddy tricks him into going into the storage closet to get an antidote and locks him in before going out. Buddy takes Carla out on a second date to the hotel where Sherman was supposed to meet Hartley, who is waiting. The dean is looking for Sherman, and Carla asks Buddy to take Sherman's place. Dean allows Buddy to talk to Hartley. Buddy subsequently takes all the credit for the work, much to Carla's outrage. Hartley and the dean are both impressed, the dean later asking if Buddy would perform a final demonstration at the alumni ball the following night. Buddy then picks up 3 beautiful women at the hotel to take back with him. Carla finds out and leaves Buddy. Undaunted, he throws a loud party at Sherman's house that night. During the night, he transforms back and Sherman awakens to find himself surrounded by strange women with no memory of the previous night and is stunned to find the whole house in disarray. Carla arrives there to tell Sherman that she has left Buddy and to apologize for her encouraging Buddy to talk to Hartley. She sees the women there and Carla thinks Sherman is as unfaithful as Buddy and leaves angrily, and Sherman is unable to explain. He finds an eviction notice taped to his front door owing to all the noise Buddy had made during the night. Jason comes and tells Sherman that they need to go to the lab, who tells him that he will go later. However, Jason stresses that there won't be the latter. He goes to college where Dean, who does not know Buddy and Sherman are the same, tells him he has fired Sherman, replaced him with Buddy, and given him Sherman's ticket to the alumni ball. Back at home, Sherman accidentally activates the VCR, where Buddy has recorded a message for Sherman, taunting and encouraging him to take the serum once again. Sherman decides to take his life back by defeating Buddy. He and Jason start destroying the serum. Sherman took a sip of the diet drink. Unaware that Buddy has filled it with the serum, he transforms again. Buddy, out for vengeance, tells Jason that he has calculated that if he drinks 500 milliliters of the serum, he will have enough cellular stability to be Buddy forever, thus killing Sherman. But the catch is that he cannot drink that amount of serum, as it would literally kill Sherman and him too. Buddy has a plan to drink 250 milliliters of the serum while still in the lab and the other 250 at the alumni ball. He knocks Jason out and heads to the alumni ball to carry out his plan, which will also prove the validity of the serum. Jason regains consciousness and notices a warning message on the computer screen saying Buddy's testosterone levels are at 60,000%, which is lethally high. Jason gets to the ball in the middle of Buddy's demonstration of the serum. Buddy tries to drink the serum to get rid of Sherman, resulting in a fight between the two identities. Sherman wins and transforms into his regular self and admits his mistake, that he got greedy, to the shocked audience, including his parents, and Carla. As he is about to leave, Carla stops him and asks why he lied. He told her that he did not believe that she would accept him. Carla forgives him and invites him to dance with her. Dean rehires Sherman and Hartley donates the grant to Wellman and he compliments that Sherman is a brilliant scientist and a gentleman. And that's all for today, guys. To watch many more exciting movie recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let us know in the comments section about your favorite movie that you would like us to recap next. Thanks again for watching,